Hello, world. Welcome to Talkin Live. Today, our subject is Daniel Penny. He was acquitted for what happened on the subway, and I think it was unavoidable. He done what he thought was right, and I think he deserved the acquittal. Now, of course, Bragg didn't like it too good, but of course he don't like no white man. So we just think that it was necessary for him to stand up, and I mean, when people get out of order and they do things around people that don't put up with it, and then it becomes racial. I don't like to get into racial, but that's always the excuse for somebody doing something wrong here lately, that it's about racism. And Jordan Neely, middle and a criminal past and all this stuff, it was just something that happened at the wrong place at the wrong time. And, Penny also, he is an ex-Marine, 4 years a Marine as a sergeant. He was on there riding the subway just like everybody else, and someone has to get there and show off and try to do something to innocent people just because, not because of his color, but because he was always doing it and getting away with it, and he finally got caught. It caught up with him. And, I'm that person, what's right's right and wrong's wrong, and the man was wrong. He shouldn't have started that stuff on the subway. And I mean, there's a lot of times that there's people that are in a situation like he was, and there's always going to be somebody that's going to stand up. Not necessarily every time, but there's going to be somebody that's going to stand up and put down what somebody's bringing on. And so what happened with this Jordan guy, he pushed his luck too far, but the fact is he was choked to death, maybe not by intention, but an accident. And I think allegedly he had drugs. He had some drugs in his body. And I can understand when people get drugged up or drunk, how they get stupid and out of order and do things that can cost them their life. And no drugs, but the drinking I have got maybe a little out of order at times, not very much. I was always a kind drunk and a easygoing drunk back in my day until you really got me mad. But I feel sorry for Jordan's mother and dad. I feel sorry for them. They had a loss of their son in this, but it was brought on by his ignorance and lawlessness. And he done stuff like this. All the other people, he got around, and it finally caught up with him. And of course, again, I think they choking to death was an accident. I don't think that Penny really, wanted to kill the man or harm him. Just refrain him from doing what he was doing. That was the point that I think that he went to do. And I saw him on Fox giving a interview, and he don't talk like kind of man. He didn't feel like he was proud of himself. It seemed he did say at one time that he was glad he was there to help the other people, but he wasn't proud at how it turned out. It was just a matter of freak accident, I think, just like some other people had freak accidents, and by trying to do good or maybe trying to do something, I don't know. I have accidentally done stuff by trying to do something, and it wasn't, breaking the law, but I was doing stuff, that didn't go right. And we talk about this happening, and Rag, it just tore him up that this Penny got off. He got off without any sentence or jail time. It really tore him up. The Democrat politicians up there in the court system up in New York, they're racist, and they ain't no use in even trying to say that they're not, because they are racist. The lady that was trying to get Donald Trump for a crime he didn't commit, talking about, he lied on he done this, he done that. It doesn't matter if he did lie. Nobody got cheated. Everybody made money. It was an honest deal, and everybody made money. And they want to make it into a crooked transaction, that Donald Trump was doing. And I cannot sit back and not defend Donald Trump on this issue in New York, and Jack Smith and all these people trying to go after him. He was put up. They all were put up to do this, or they were racist to do this to destroy Donald Trump. Now, there's no doubt about that. They were feared the competition he was. And, what he does in the future, I might not like, or I might like it. But when I'm saying they, in New York, the prosecutors are out to get somebody to get a name, or they don't like the color of the skin. I just read the other day there's a man went into prison. I don't know whether he's white or he's black, but they put him in prison and found out after years that he was innocent. That's what we got. We got a problem when these prosecutors, when they go to prosecute somebody, they're either looking at color, or they're looking at the past, or they don't have all the pure proof, and they put people in prison. And I see it a lot of times. A lot of African American people have went to prison for just because they're black, and I stand against stuff like that, or any race, whether they're white or any color. They prosecute them to make a name for themselves, or they don't have the evidence. They really need to do that to someone. And I, as a person that watches this kind of stuff, I see it too. And I see people go to jail over something they didn't do. There's a lot of people went to jail over a minor crime and spent years, and people that done you had proof, they went to prison for a day or two, or a month or a year, 6 months, and or they didn't go to prison at all. The justice system needs to be fixed. It needs to be fair and just for every race of people. I don't care if you don't like them, you hate their color or whatever. You should go by the law and make sure that who you are prosecuting, that make sure, whoever you're prosecuting, that they are guilty without a shadow of a doubt, or they're innocent without a shadow of a doubt. This is what's wrong with this country today. And it's turned people against the law. They don't want to follow the law because they're afraid of prosecutors, and they do things, and they don't trust the law no more. Since Biden got in there, of course, we've always had racist people. We've always had people that disagree, and we always will. But to be just is the main thing. I mean, I've seen people get accused of something. I had a friend, he's African American. He got accused of something, and I was standing there watching, and I defended him because he did it by accident. I defended him. Well, a lot of prosecutors don't go by the book. They don't talk about, things that are before them to the client. I mean, to the victim, or the person that committed the crime allegedly. We got to come to the point that we make sure before we judge someone. If you've got the evidence, you've got to prove you have the right to prosecute. But a prosecutor's job is to put you in jail, send you to prison. That's all their job is. Don't matter whether it's just or not. They're not going to degrade themselves by making a mistake, saying they made a mistake, because when they do, and when somebody like this man went to prison for all these years, and they found out, if the sucker is still alive, the prosecutor might be put in jail himself. And maybe the police, if the police are still in there, they need to be fired. They need to be treated as people that have to treat people right. They have to be treated like they would want to treat someone. Maybe it's confusing you, but what I'm saying is, if a person is not guilty, you don't know for sure. Don't treat them as a guilty person. I myself one time got in jail because they treated me as a criminal. They didn't, and I was nice. Yes sir, no sir. I was being arrested. Me and my ex-wife, was arguing and fussing, and they beat me up. They beat me, almost broke my ribs. And I was not doing nothing wrong. I was in my own yard. I was on my own. Knocked me down on the ground and jumped on top of me and started beating me up. That is what I'm talking about. And when I got to court, the judge wanted to make me pay for the cop's shirt. And that got tore off. He got tore or something. It wasn't my fault. Why should I pay for his? But the officer said, "Oh no, I don't want you to do that." But I was in my yard. They were in my yard, and my wife was hollering at them, telling them that's police brutality. But they just kept right on, and they put her in jail because she told them the truth. Now, it's a true story. And this kind of stuff needs to be stopped. I don't care whether they're white, black, or any color. And I'm just taking up now. See, this man, Penny, was defending these people and keeping these people from harm, but they still wanted to send him to prison. They wanted to throw the book at him, send him to prison for the rest of his life, execute him. One reason, he's white, and he done wrong. He didn't do wrong. He was white. If he'd have been black, done a white guy like that, it'd have been all the same. That they wouldn't wanted to prosecute him. And I'm not going against black or white. I'm just telling you the facts. If someone does something to help someone else and it turns out bad, why would you want to put them in prison for it? I mean, a lot of people testified that this man was out there defending the people there. This guy Jordan was going around, and Neely Jordan, and he was going around harassing up people and telling people he's going to kill them. He didn't care if he goes to prison or what. And you know, stuff like that. And he wasn't mental. He just mean as hell. That's all the heart was. I mean, that's basically what he was. He's mean. And, you know, some people they use two things, their excuses for people that do hurt people and do things wrong. They're either, and now you take this guy that killed this health CEO. He killed him because he hated the way they done medicine and didn't pay the bills. And I got news for you. I got a statement on insurance companies too. But he done that out of meanness. And he has to pay the price. He should pay the price for it. He's not mental. He's just mean. People who use the racist mental health for people that commit crimes. I have been around people that were mental. Now, some of them might have a fit, but most of the time, a mental person does not hurt someone. I've met mental people in different places. And the Bible says, comfort the feeble-minded. Comfort them. But they don't kill somebody out of mental. It's mostly possessed, mean, devil-possessed as people kill somebody. In this case with Daniel, he didn't do that on purpose. He did it to protect others from someone that was mean and demon-possessed. It wasn't mental. He just, you know, I'm telling you, most mental people have temper tantrums and they have fits and stuff like that. But usually, most of the time, they hurt themselves and don't hurt nobody else. If just suppose somebody was drunk and done stuff, if they're drunk and they done lost, they listen to everything the devil tells them. But what I'm getting at, if you put every person that done broke a law in the prison, you'd have the whole United States in there. And the ones that didn't break it, they would have been. But now we have some honest people in the United States. But what I'm getting at, there's some of them that think, well, if I could do this and do that, or I'll bank get all that money, but I know the price I'd have to pay for it if I got caught. And everybody gets caught. See this guy shooting this healthcare CEO. He caught up with him too. But I think if he was stupid. He wanted to be caught the way he handled it after he done it. But the fact is, people do things out of meanness more than they do mental. I mean, that's just an excuse to make money off of them sometimes, I believe. Put them in a nut house and put them in there and treat them, keep them all doped up, all that kind of stuff. That's what they do in these mental hospitals. And old folks' homes. They keep them doped up all the time, most of the time. It's true. They put them in there, and they say they got Alzheimer's or Alzheimer's. I call it Alzheimer's like Budweiser. But they put them in there, and they give them medicine and shots and all that stuff to keep them calm. I mean, there's a lot of people in the mental institute that been trapped and put in there, and they keep them doped up all the time. They're mistreated. A lot of them mistreated in these homes. I'd rather die than go to a rest home. I wouldn't want to be in a place like that. Now, there's some good people on the staff at these rest homes. There's some good caring people, but there are also some people that don't have the patience to deal with what they face in these mental institutes. They don't have the patience. They don't have the desire. It's just a job. They're just people that are thrown aside, that people, children put their mother and their dad in a rest home. They don't try to take care of them. They don't look out for them. And I know that they have a life to live, but they do. They put them in a rest home or somewhere where they can't be comfortable. But I'm just going over things, and I'm going from the acquittal of Daniel Penny, and I'm looking at all the issues that brought on this accident, and I'm bringing up these prosecutors because he was white. Now, talk about racist. We always hear racist. Now, this man is white, and this prosecutor is black, and he wants to prosecute him because he wants him to go to prison because he done something to help others. Now, he let so many people go. He can prosecute Donald Trump. He could prosecute this guy Penny. But this prosecutor wanted this man to go to prison for helping somebody. Now, you take these drug dealers and these people they have caught doing stuff, he let them go. But Donald Trump and this guy Penny done the worst thing in the world. They're the biggest criminal in the world. But they can rob a bank or anything. This guy, he will let them go. This prosecutor in New York. This lady that's prosecuting Donald Trump for making a deal, making some money. Nobody lost any money. Doing that to Donald Trump. There's no reason for that. Is she jealous? She hates him because he's white? Or what is the problem? Her goal was to get him to start with when she went in office. She promised to do that. And if we have some prosecutors like that in our system, we need to get rid of them. We should have prosecutors that go by the law and don't make their own law, don't have their races or their spirit of going after somebody because who they are or where they come from. We don't need to know. If you're a prosecutor, you need to get the facts, and the facts work to put somebody in jail because you have the proof that they done this. And don't go on a wild trip trying to find everything you can about their past and trying to use that against them. You prosecute them for what they did that got caught. Don't matter what they done in the past. It could have happened anybody get caught drunk driving. And then he gets pulled over again, and they say he's drunk because he was drunk driving before, and they prosecute him because he done it before. I mean, that's what we have in this system. Not boring you, but God bless you, and we want you to keep tuned to Talkin Live, and we're going to get better and better. God bless you.
The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin Live presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin Live TV broadcast studio, or by this channel or its management.
Hello world! Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications of our upcoming broadcasts. Explore our large archive of shows. Watch any episodes you need to see again. Find our YouTube channel online at youtube.com/@Talkin Live Show, or on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV home screen. Head to the YouTube app to watch without the need of any expensive cable TV service. Subscribe today. Get ready for some Talkin Live.
Talkin Live Classics TV has a new look. Now each day of the week has something new in store for you. Tune in Mondays to watch Briefing Room Monday War Dramas. Tuesdays, you can still catch all the classic movies from years gone by. And brand new is our Western Wednesdays every week. Thursdays are classic Vault TV shows all day long. Grab a spot on the couch and have a sci-fi movie and a pizza each Friday. Super Saturday cartoons for your kids. You will be reliving the morning TV you grew up with all day long. Each Sunday is our Southern Gospel Day of Worship. All of the worship music you know. And we now have Billy Graham each week at 10 in the morning and 7 in the evening. Watch online at TalkinLiveClassicsTV.com or anytime on our Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels. You can still catch our Talkin Live show with Lamar Bearden, new every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 in the evening.